Well, you may have noticed my partner Jennifer is off the desk, and that's because she's traveling with our viewers to 3 Hawaiian islands with Jane's Journeys. They arrived in Oahu Friday afternoon, and on Saturday got right to seeing some of the sights Hawaii's most populous island has to offer.
We started our first full day here in Hawaii at Pearl Harbor. Behind me, you can see an anchor recovered from the USS Arizona, which remains in the waters of Pearl Harbor, and that's where we headed next. Our group taking a boat to the memorial sitting over the USS Arizona, somberly witnessing the names of those lost on December 7th, 1941, when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. 1,177 aboard the Arizona. More than 900 sailors and Marines remain entombed here. The Arizona, their final resting place. An emotional experience for all and deeply personal for some, like Susan Lawler of Metropolis, Illinois.
My dad was in the era of World War II. He served in Iran during that time. My mother was a Rosie Riveter in Evansville, Indiana. So, I just maybe have a long ago connection to the people of World War II.
This former teacher of 30 years, dropping the flowers from her lei into the water.
They just drifted out in the direction of the ship, and it was just such a moment of remembrance and honoring those people who had come before us so many years ago.
Next, Pearl Harbor's Ford Island, and an incredible tour of the USS Missouri with veteran Ralph as our guide.
She was my ship then, she's still my ship now. I am just tickled pink to show her off to you today.
It turns out he's a local, born in Paris, Tennessee, now sharing facts and anecdotes about the Missouri and all she's seen since being commissioned in 1944. Pearl Harbor is significant for many reasons. One of the big ones is what's called the bookends. Essentially, that means it's the bookend of America's involvement in World War II. The start and the end is right here in Pearl Harbor. It started right behind me. You can see the USS Arizona Memorial there, and it officially ended here aboard the USS Missouri when Japan surrendered in 1945. Back to you guys. Here aboard the USS Missouri, where World War II, at least America's portion in it, officially ended. It's where the Japanese surrendered. But we just heard a really interesting story during the tour that I wanted to share with all of you because I thought it was really special, and I thought it really spoke to what and who America is and who American people are. You've heard likely of kamikaze, the suicide pilots from Japan during World War II. A kamikaze pilot actually struck this ship. Luckily didn't hit its target and the bomb didn't go off, and so minor damage, but the kamikaze pilot died and they recovered his body, the seamen on board, and their leader told them, we are going to take him down to medical, we're going to determine who he is if we can, prepare his body for burial at sea. And his men didn't understand why we would do that for an enemy, and he told them, a dead enemy is no longer your enemy. And so they did. They had a burial at sea for him. And they actually have a little plaque here that kind of talks about who that person was. You can see him here. He was 19 years old, pretty much a kid. And here he is in a picture with his family holding a plane of all things. But I just thought it was a really poignant moment because it really spoke to the fact that despite it being the darkest hour for the United States of America, the darkest times for the world, we didn't lose our humanity in that. So just a really special moment here aboard the USS Missouri. It would not be a proper Hawaiian vacation without watching the sunset on a beautiful Hawaiian beach. Look at this. We're on Oahu's north shore, Laniakea Beach, also known as Turtle Beach. Here's why. See that beautiful Pacific Ocean here? Well, lots and lots of green turtles like to come up on this beach and lay their eggs. Not 100% the right time of year for it, but the locals say that 99% of the time, when you come here between March and September, you're going to see sea turtles. And that's not the only wildlife you'll find on beaches on the North Shore. You're also likely to see monk seals. Our Jane's Journeys friends saw this guy on their Grand Circle Island tour. They visited this beautiful spot, Wailele Waterfall. You could swim there, a true Hawaiian experience. Not far from that spot, views like this along the Pacific Ocean. Lava rock is abundant here. A sweet Hawaiian treat for the crew on this adventure, shave ice. They stopped at Byodo Inn Temple. Gorgeous, lush grounds there to enjoy. While my mom, who's celebrating her 70th birthday on this trip, and the rest of our friends saw these sights, my husband and I rented a convertible to check out the island, including Oahu's North Shore in style.
Back out here on Turtle Beach, something else the North Shore is known for, surfing. Take a look, those waves, there's somebody out there riding them right now, a couple of surfers. I'm no surfing expert, but these waves look pretty much perfect. The North Shore is popular for several things. We mentioned sea turtles, we mentioned surfing. It's also a popular filming location. Several shows and several movies have been filmed here, including Lost, Magnum PI, and the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Really memorable, beautiful last night here on Hawaii's most populous island, Oahu. Back to you.
One of our first stops here on Kauai, the Garden Isle, and Hawaii's oldest island, about 5 million years old, Waimea Canyon. You can see what 5 million years will do to one of these islands, eroding what is a canyon, a large canyon. In fact, they call this the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. The colors are vivid, and watching the shadows go by along with the sunlight really paints an incredible picture. A waterfall off there in the distance, a real feast for the eyes. Spectacular views evoking these reactions from our Jane's Journeys guests.
It's more than I expected. It's something that I couldn't imagine.
It reminds me of the hymn, How Great Thou Art. It's unbelievable.
At 14 miles long, more than 3,000 feet deep, and 1 mile wide, the size is just one amazing fact about Waimea Canyon. The word Waimea means reddish water. Over millions of years, the cooled lava that formed these islands changed from black to a bright red as it oxidized and eroded, giving this natural formation a combination of vivid colors.
As the sun shines on the canyon, it changes completely.
Another must-see spot, Spouting Horn Blowhole. We ended our first day on Kauai here at our resort on the southern tip of the island. We are right on the beach here. If you listen carefully, you can hear the waves right behind me. One of our viewers is on the trip, Benny Watkins, said it best. Now this is a resort. It is incredibly relaxing after a very busy pace of sightseeing, which of course has been an absolute blast. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up on this island, including a traditional luau. I'll have a report on that. For now, aloha. Aloha. We are here at a tropical plantation and about to have a real Hawaiian experience, a traditional luau. All the Jane's Journeys folks are gathering here under the pavilion. We're going to have a great show tonight. When we arrived, we received fresh flower leis, and they smell incredible. And in just a few minutes, the main event, they're going to be pulling the pig from the pit.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Our hosts entertaining us and preparing our food. The pig cooking for 12 hours underground at 700 to 800 degrees before it's ready to eat. After a delicious feast of Hawaiian treats, it was time for a feast for the eyes and ears. Our group captivated by these performers. The dancing, costumes, lights, and music, all coming together to tell the story of a father's difficult decision to travel to a new land with only the ocean and stars as a guide.
She was strong and brave as any man.
My personal favorite, the blue wind. She was magical. Another standout moment. Fire dancers, dazzling the Jane's Journeys crew. Funny moments too, as some dancers made their way through the crowd, one of them choosing John Summers to join her.
How did it feel to get up and dance with that lady?
His wife Tammy's used to this.
Can you take him anywhere? No.
A truly memorable night as this group of new friends makes its way across Hawaii. Until my next report, aloha from Kauai. We are here at the Fern Grotto in Kauai, and take a look behind me. You can see this is a cave formed out of lava rock, and it is known for its lush greenery. You can actually see up there some of the ferns that are hanging from the ceiling, a beautiful waterfall. It is gorgeous. It was once only exclusive to Hawaiian royalty. Now tourists are able to come and check it out, including us. We actually took a boat ride up the Wailua River and then walked up just a short distance to check it out. And while we were here, we were treated to a Hawaiian wedding song. Our boat making its way back up the Wailua River. With more entertainment from these top-notch Hawaiian performers showing off their hula skills. The hands really tell the story in hula. And a final stop, the 151-foot Opeka Falls. Waterfalls are abundant on the islands. And fun fact, so are chickens. They're everywhere, especially in Kauai. They're feral and they are not native to this area. Polynesian voyagers brought them to the islands. Hurricanes hitting the islands caused them to get loose, and well, they've kind of taken over. They're almost like our squirrels here. There's so many of them. By the way, no squirrels here on the islands. Also, no snakes. Okay, today we say goodbye to this incredible view here in Kauai. We're going to trade it for another incredible view at our final stop, the island of Maui. For now, aloha. We are here at the beautiful Maui Tropical Plantation. This was our first stop on the island of Maui. We just got done having an amazing lunch as a group, and now we get to explore the grounds, which are gorgeous. You can see behind me, we've got gorgeous water features, there's statues and sculptures all around, incredible landscaping everywhere you look, and a lot of special touches too. In fact, this wall that I'm sitting on, I didn't realize when I was looking at it head on, but these are the bottoms of bottles. And if you come over the edge here, you'll notice the tops are sticking out. So you really have to keep your eyes open at this place because everywhere you look, there's just magical little touches. The Jane's Journeys crew seeing more of those as they took a tram ride around the grounds. My mom here with John and Tammy Summers at one of the stops featuring wood carvings. Plenty of wildlife here too. Lots of ducks and Hawaiian nene geese, not shy around us humans. And you can see why they love it here. We did too. For those who love plants, flowers, and trees, like me, a photo op at every turn. We ended our day here at our resort right on the beach. It is incredible in case you can't tell. We've got flamingos in the background. We've got koi fish and incredible landscaping here, and also a waterfall, as if all of that wasn't enough. We've got some fun excursions ahead of us here in Maui, including whale watching. For now, aloha. Aloha to everyone back in the Local 6 region, coming to you from Maui. We're about to go on an excursion that I have been looking forward to the most on this trip. We're going to take a boat, cruise out into these beautiful waters, and we're going to see some underwater giants.
You guys know on board, and we're really happy to chat with you.
Some quick notes from our guides at the Pacific Whale Foundation before boarding the Ocean Spirit.
Yeah, how many captains on the boat? How many captains?
Just a short cruise before we got what we came for.
That's Mom right there.
A mama, her calf.
And an escort, I think, under the surface. There you go. Wow.
You have to be quick with the camera. I caught the tail end of a breach.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. Oh, whoa. Woo!
The crowd wowed. Trina Tucker got the shot of the day.
Oh, yes. Oh, I do that.
Yay. Yes. I got it. I got it.
One of them came up out of the water, and we got to see the typical film of him flopping his tail in the air.
I caught a tail too. And as if it wasn't enough to see them, we got to hear them. A musician on board, providing depth to an already moving experience.
When you read scripture and you read of the creation, you know how good God is, and he made everything so so perfect. And then to see something like this out in this beautiful area, it was just awesome. I don't think we do enough to protect any of our wildlife or any of our, even our people. I don't think we're doing enough, but you want to do more.
I know I felt that way. There was a gentleman on the boat who said that he just had a baby, and seeing the humpback whales, seeing their babies, also made him feel like we need to do a better job of taking care of our planet. So that is what I'm taking away from this experience. I hope you enjoyed what we brought to you back home. For now, aloha. We are here in Iao Valley. This is our last stop before we head back home. You can see the valley spread out here behind me, and a lot of really beautiful things to see all around us, including what's known as the needle. Erosion over time has left that needle of land standing on its own. This valley is known as the sacred place of the chiefs. Chiefs of Native Hawaiians are buried here from this island. No one knows where, it's a secret, and that's because the bones are considered the mana, or the energy, and they didn't want anyone stealing that mana. So those are in a secret location, but this is a very sacred place. It's to be treated with respect. It's a really special place, and certainly being here toward the end of our trip has us all reflecting back on all the amazing things we've seen while we've been in Hawaii. The highlight on Oahu, Pearl Harbor, our Jane's Journeys group honoring the many lives lost aboard the USS Arizona, and touring the USS Missouri, where World War II officially ended when the Japanese surrendered. Next, the Garden Isle, Kauai, and Waimea Canyon, the Grand Canyon of the Pacific.
It reminds me of the hymn, How Great Thou Art.
We were treated to a luau here. John Summers got to take part.
How did it feel to get up and dance with that lady?
A boat ride along the Wailua River to the Fern Grotto rounded out this island, with the Hawaiian wedding song providing the soundtrack. Our final island stop, Maui, where a tropical plantation inspired, along with gentle giants, watching the humpback whales who migrate here to have their babies.
That's mom right there.
A mama and her calf.
And an escort, I think, under the surface. There you go. Wow.
They're quite talkative down there, as we got to hear for ourselves.
When you read scripture and you read of the creation, you know how good God is, and He made everything so perfect. And then to see something like this out in a beautiful area, it was just awesome.
A final group picture at our Maui resort, once strangers, now friends, saying aloha as this incredible Jane's Journeys trip came to a memorable end. From Hawaii, Jennifer Horbelt, WPSD, Local 6.
And a shout out to Jennifer's husband, Bobby, her photographer. Learn more about trips like this one offered through Jane's Journeys, a local family-owned and run company, at WPSDLocal6.com.